nearly 550 million people around the world actively using ChatGPT every month. That sheer scale is, well, it's staggering. But here's the thing. Most of those users, they kind of treat it like a simple search box.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's so much more now, isn't it? I mean, it can manage code. It analyzes massive data sets.
Mm-hmm.
And with vision, it can essentially, look at the world right through your camera lens.
That's right.
So today, we're diving deep into that hidden power and also the specific personality of the world's top AI assistant.
Welcome to the deep dive. Yeah, we're taking those really comprehensive feature guides and the research you shared with us and basically distilling it all down into, immediate actionable knowledge for you.
Oh.
So our mission today is really to move you from just basic chat stuff to, custom automation. First, we'll unpack the core interface and that really important plus button.
Oh, the plus button? Yeah.
That's kind of your gateway, right, to multimodal power and context. Then we're going to zero in on the analytical tasks, the creative tasks, the things that save you, like massive amounts of time.
Right.
And finally, we'll explore how you can actually build your own custom agents and systems. These are the features that truly make it a full spectrum AI assistant.
Okay, let's unpack that first bit then. Why ChatGPT? I mean, there's fierce competition out there. Why does it remain the undisputed leader in this space?
Well, it's definitely not just coasting on legacy, It stays on top, partly because of the constant innovation, yeah, but I think it's mostly about the feel.
A feel.
Yeah. It delivers speed, it delivers reliability, sure, but it maintains this warm, almost safe personality. It makes the interaction feel incredibly natural. It really moves beyond just like answering questions. It's genuinely a tool for creativity, for data analysis, for augmenting your workflow. And that combination, I think, is why millions rely on it every single day.
That warmth, that conversational feel, that is key. And when you look at the screen, it does seem deceptively simple. But like you said, that little plus button right next to the text box, that's where the paradigm shift really starts.
Totally. Clicking it is basically opening the door to context.
Right.
It lets you upload photos or huge PDFs, complex CSV data sheets, you name it.
Which means the AI isn't starting from like a blank slate. It starts with your specific context.
Exactly. And hidden beneath that button are these specialized functions. So you've got deep research. You turn that on when you need really detailed information gathered and summarized from, say, maybe 18 different sources online, not just a quick lookup.
Okay. And we also find connectors there. Now, this seems like a game changer to me. It links ChatGPT to external software, like Google Drive or Microsoft Office.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of downloading a file, then uploading it to the chat, then analyzing it.
Right, the usual awkward process.
The connector lets the AI just analyze it right in place. It saves so much time, so much friction, it's huge.
Okay, what else is under the plus?
So the third key function there is agent mode. We'll get into that more.
Yeah.
And we should also mention the model itself, GPT-4o, the newest, most powerful one. That's the default now.
Right.
Oh, and for mobile users, voice mode is absolutely crucial. Being able to have these really high-level conversations while you're walking or driving, it totally changes the feel of the tool.
So thinking about agent mode again, should we think of it as like shifting the tool from being a really smart calculator to maybe a temporary zero-cost intern? Is that a fair way to put it?
That's actually a pretty good analogy. Yeah. Agent mode acts on your commands to perform actual tasks, like setting up a simple website. It moves way beyond just conversation.
Okay, so this is where we really miss the forest for the trees if we just treat it like Google, right? You shouldn't be asking it for the capital of Australia.
Exactly. Please don't laugh slightly.
The goal is these detailed, creative, highly personal tasks.
Precisely. Let's take content creation. A weak prompt is just, what are the benefits of reading?
Okay, yeah, boring.
It's going to generate a generic, probably dry list. Not very useful.
But a strong prompt, that's more like an instruction set. You've got to provide context, who the audience is, the tone you want.
Right.
So try something like, write a 150-word Facebook post. Goal is to encourage university students to read more. Use a friendly, casual tone, include 3 relevant hashtags, and end with a question to drive comments. See the difference? Yeah, much more specific.
That's specificity. It ensures the tone is right, the audience is targeted. That's how you get something usable, hopefully on the first try. Late chuckle.
Although, I'll admit, I still wrestle with prompt drift myself sometimes,
Oh, yeah.
Getting the tone exactly right on the first attempt, especially if it's a long back and forth.
Yeah.
it can wander.
That's a really good point. And just for listeners, prompt drift basically means the AI's output starts to lose focus or consistency the longer your conversation goes. It definitely takes practice and iterating.
Constant refinement.
And speaking of incredible abilities,
Yeah.
let's talk vision. ChatGPT can actually see. It's wild, isn't it? The practical uses for image analysis are just huge. Like, you take a photo of what's in your fridge.
Okay.
You ask, this is what's left. Can I make a simple vegetarian dinner tonight? And bam, it suggests viable options based only on the ingredients it sees in the picture.
Wow.
Or, simple diagnostics, snap a picture of a leaky faucet, ask which nut to tighten first.
Okay, handy. It can identify plants. Or, just for educational purposes, you could upload an X-ray image and ask it to explain the main bones visible. But, big disclaimer there. It's a tool. It's absolutely not professional medical advice. Gotta be careful, of course. But that shift in modality from just text to vision, that's massive.
So what's the single biggest mistake you see users making when they first try to use these creative or visual features?
Yeah, it usually comes down to prompts again. Users often fail to give enough specific context or tone or audience details in their prompts. Vagueness gets you vague results.
Makes sense. And the mobile app here is just phenomenal because it blends voice mode and the camera so seamlessly. You can literally point your phone's camera at your living room sofa
Okay.
and ask, hey, would this sofa look good with, say, a light blue rug? The response feels really conversational, like you're chatting with a friend who has a good eye for design.
So the voice function isn't just about, convenience, hands-free stuff. It actually turns the tool into more of a conversation partner.
Totally.
Which sounds excellent for brainstorming project ideas or, and this is crucial, practicing difficult conversations.
Yes. This is a great use case. You can ask it to role play.
Yeah.
Be my manager. I need to practice asking for a raise.
Right. Or rehearse some complex social scenario, but safely. And it gives you immediate feedback, which is, well, it's priceless, really.
It's fantastic for quick encouragement, too, just
Yeah.
getting a little boost. But the source material we looked at does offer an important warning here. While it feels like a friend sometimes, remember, it is a tool. We really need to avoid getting over-dependent on it for, emotional validation. Keep that boundary.
That's a very important point. Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk data. Moving to the analytical side, the platform handles complex files really effortlessly now, right? You can upload scientific papers, articles, and this is key for small businesses, I think, CSV files with sales data.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So say you run a local coffee shop, you upload your, augustsales.csv file.
Okay, then you just prompt it. Create a pie chart showing my top 5 bestsellers this month and maybe a bar chart comparing total sales for each day of the week.
Right.
And you don't need to know how to code charts or use complex spreadsheet software.
Nope. The AI uses its built-in code interpreter tool. It analyzes the file, and it just produces those visual charts instantly. Gives you immediate business insights, no data expertise required on your end.
That's powerful.
Which brings us to why the sidebar is so vital. That's really your control center. That's where you find things like Custom GPTs, these pre-built specialized experts, like a Scholar GPT for academic research, and importantly, projects.
Projects. Okay, explain those. They seem essential for organizing knowledge.
They really are. So imagine you're learning about the stock market. You create a project, maybe call it investment study.
Got it.
Then you upload relevant documents, like, say, the Intelligent Investor PDF, right into that specific project area.
Okay, so the documents live within the project, exactly. And then you set custom instructions that apply only to that project. For instance, when answering questions in this project, always explain financial terms simply, like I'm a beginner, and always give both the pros and cons of any investment approach.
I see.
Yeah.
That's super powerful because now every single conversation you have within that project gets filtered through those specific instructions, and it uses the documents you uploaded as its core knowledge base. It creates this cumulative, customized knowledge base just for that topic, just for you.
And if you have the Plus plan, the paid version, you can actually create your own custom GPTs from scratch.
Yep. Think of making a hyper-personalized, healthy meal planner assistant just for your family's dietary needs and preferences.
How does that work? Well, you give it a name, you write a description of what it does, and then you provide very specific instructions like prioritize Vietnamese dishes. They must take less than 45 minutes to prepare and ignore all dairy products. It becomes your household's personal little food expert.
Okay.
Okay, that level of customization really does separate it from just standard search, doesn't it?
Massively. And the deep research function we mentioned earlier is similar in its depth. You can ask for a full report on something complex, like solo travel trends among young professionals.
And what does it do?
Well, first, it'll probably ask you some clarifying questions to make sure it understands exactly what you want. Then it goes out and searches through like 18 or more different sources.
Wow, okay.
It synthesizes all that data, analyzes it, and then delivers a structured, usually well-cited report back to you. That level of thorough analysis, I mean, that could easily take a person a full workday or even more.
Okay, now let's circle back to agent mode in action again, because this really feels like it transcends the whole chat experience. So you ask for suggestions to improve your portfolio website.
Right, and it gives you a detailed plan, maybe even a visual mock-up.
Okay,
Okay.
and then, then you flip on agent mode and you simply tell it, okay, now deploy this mockup as a live website to GitHub pages. And it just does it.
The AI handles the whole execution process. It sets up the files, configures the hosting platform. It just does it.
Whoa, okay, just pause there for a second. Imagine scaling that ability, managing dozens of complex real-world tasks simultaneously. That's deployment automation on a completely different level.
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about the potential, yeah. Now, comparing the plans quickly, the free version is actually quite generous these days. You get GPT-4 access, basic voice, image analysis, projects.
Pretty good starting point.
Definitely. But that $20 a month plus plan, that unlocks the really high usage limits, the ability to create your own custom GPTs, the deep research function, and crucially, that agent mode access we just talked about.
Yeah.
Plus, early access to things like Sora sometimes. Okay, makes sense. So let's clarify, what's the main benefit, again, of creating a project versus just starting a new blank chat?
Right. Projects provide that cumulative knowledge base. They keep everything related to one topic together with set custom instructions specific just to that topic. It remembers context over time within that boundary.
Gotcha.
Now, let's dive into the settings menu for a sec. This is something a lot of users just completely overlook, but there are crucial hidden features in there that really maximize the utility.
Okay, like what?
One is schedule tasks. You can actually set recurring reminders or even schedule daily research updates. Wait, really? So you could set it to do something like, every morning at 8 a.m., find and summarize the 3 latest news stories about artificial intelligence.
Exactly. That's true passive intelligence gathering happening while you sleep. It's pretty cool.
That is cool. What else?
Another really important one is memory check. You can literally ask the tool, what do you know about me?
Huh.
And it will show you the personalized information it has stored about you from your chats. Then you can manage those details right there in the privacy controls, delete things if you want.
Okay, that's good to know. Now, for the power users, the people who live in code, we should briefly mention Codex.
All right, yeah, definitely. Think of Codex as like a specialized engineering partner that works inside ChatGPT.
Right.
Helps with code review, debugging complex problems, understanding other people's code, integrating with platforms like GitHub. Super useful for developers.
And Sora, we touched on it, but that's the video generation.
Right.
Still developing rapidly, but it lets you create these incredibly detailed video clips just from a simple text description. Like you type, a fluffy corgi dog running on a sandy beach at sunset, cinematic, slow motion, and it generates the video. Okay, the pace of development is just... Yeah.
So let's do a quick best practices recap for listeners. What are the key takeaways?
Okay.
Number 1, be specific in your prompts.
Yeah.
Always.
Right.
Context.
Use that context. Upload files into your projects. Give it the background info. Always iterate. Don't expect perfection first try. Ask it to make this funnier or rewrite this more professionally. Keep refining.
And the things to avoid.
Super important. Never rely on it solely for serious medical, legal, or financial advice. Always consult a qualified human professional.
Absolutely.
And obviously, avoid sharing highly sensitive personal information or confidential proprietary data. Be smart about privacy.
Okay. So beyond just the basic privacy settings, why should users actively monitor ChatGPT's memory using that "what do you know about me" feature? Well, it helps you understand exactly which details and preferences the tool has actually remembered and stored from your previous interactions. It gives you transparency and control over its personalization.
Okay, that makes sense. So, wrapping things up, we started by observing that ChatGPT has really transformed, hasn't it? From just a basic chatbot into this customizable organizational analytical assistant that's actually capable of action.
Yeah, I think the big idea here, the main takeaway is this. The most successful users, the ones getting the most value, they don't just ask it general questions anymore. They're moving towards building custom systems.
The systems.
Yeah, using projects to organize knowledge, creating their own specialized GPTs for specific tasks, and really leveraging agents for actual task completion. They're augmenting their entire workflow with it.
So it's about making the tool fit your unique needs, your workflow, rather than constantly trying to fit your work around the tool's limitations.
Exactly. That's the key shift. Now, we spent a lot of time here discussing how ChatGPT can, analyze your business data or draft your marketing emails. Pretty practical stuff.
Right.
But maybe a final provocative thought to leave people with. Consider the ethical implications, especially with agent mode. Using it to maybe deploy simple apps automatically or manage aspects of your finances? How far are we collectively comfortable letting the AI actually act on the world, potentially without direct human oversight in every single step? That's the real challenge, I think, the big question we need to grapple with as this technology matures.
That is definitely something to think about. A provocative thought indeed. So maybe for you listening, we encourage you to try just one new feature today. Perhaps set up a detailed custom instruction in a new project, or try analyzing a photo with a very specific request. Just experiment. And thank you, as always, for sharing your sources with us for this deep dive Aotearoa music.